Anybody getting the feel of the 2017 ICC Champions Trophy final? Because that's how exactly the current situation is when it comes to the Asia Cup emerging tournament in the final. So, let me break the bad news to all Indian cricket fans. The target that India will need to win the emerging Asia Cup is 353. And it came on the back of some magnificent batting from the likes of Saim Ayub, from Saibzada Farhan and Tayyab Tahir. Now, I'll come to those three a bit later, but why did I mention that this particular Asia Cup, you had a feel of the 2017 Champions Trophy vibe? Because no balls, Indian cricket team, ICC major knockouts, or even Asian Cup knockouts. You guessed it. Rajvardhan Hangargekar. Now remember, it was Rajvardhan Hangargekar who took 5 wickets in the first game that India played against Pakistan. Now here, 3.4 overs, Pakistan had already gotten off to a great start. Ayub and Farhan both batting brilliantly. The pitch was absolutely flat, and that is why India thought that maybe they had gotten an opening. But no. This snowball from Rajvardhan Hangargekar meant that the batter got a life and Pakistan continued the onslaught. It was a ferocious assault from the Pakistani batters. And you think this snowball would have rekindled some nightmares? 2017 ICC Champions Trophy, Jasprit Bumrah also bowling a no ball, that too to a left-hander. And remember, Fakhar Zaman made India pay in a big way. And that's why these two, if you look at the opening duo of Ayub and Farhan, they notched up 100 plus opening stand in real quick time. And if we have to go even further, this opening duo have even played for Pakistan in T20 internationals. Yes, one individual played about 4 years ago, one against Australia and Zimbabwe, and the other also came out in Abu Dhabi. So, if you look at it, Tayyab Tahir, I'll come to him later, but Saim Ayub and Sahibzada Farhan, what a brilliant opening partnership that laid the platform for Pakistan to go totally ballistic. Then I come to this particular individual, if you have to look at it. Can you just roll the thing, Pawan? Just roll it. Tayyab Tahir. Now, Tayyab Tahir, there is a very interesting story about him. He is 29 years of age. He has played 3 T20Is also. So, among the top 3, if you look at it, Saim Ayub, Saibzada Farhan and also Tayyab Tahir, they have all played T20Is for Pakistan. You'll ask me, when did Tayyab Tahir play? In the 3 T20Is that Pakistan played against Sharjah, against Afghanistan in Sharjah, 3 matches. And he scored only 39 runs against them. But in the PSL, he's had a fantastic outing for Karachi. So, Karachi Kings, in that sense, they have been one of the star franchises in the PSL, and that is why Tayyab Tahir, look at the innovation that he had, 108 glorious runs, 4 sixes. Pakistan hit a total of 13 sixes in this entire innings. So, in that way, if you are looking at it, Tayyab Tahir's onslaught and Mubasir Khan's exploits towards the end ensured Pakistan got to 352. Now remember, India in the past, they have managed to chase totals down 300, 350 plus, but you've seen at the R. Premadasa Stadium, batting becomes difficult as the game progresses. Each and every time, you even saw it in the India-Bangladesh encounter, that as soon as the new ball was taken off and the ball became softer, the outfield became heavier with dew, the run scoring became very difficult. And remember, India's trump cards, Nishant Sindhu, Manav Sutar, Rajvardhan Hangargekar, they all struggled today. India kind of came back into the contest with Rihan Parag managing to take up 2 wickets. And remember, Rihan Parag had kept them in the contest. We look at his bowling figures, 4 overs, 2 for 24. Fantastic effort from Rihan Parag, but he just did not get the support. You look at all of them, Harshit Rana 1 for 51, although he bowled a good last over. Rajvardhan Hangargekar 8. Then you look at Abhishek Sharma 9 overs, none for 54. Yuvraj Singh Dhodia struggling 7 overs, none for 56. Then you got Manav Sutar. Today Manav Sutar was really disappointing, 1 for 68. And Nishant Sindhu only peak of the pick of the bowlers with 1 for 48 of 9 overs. So India's bowling let them down in a big way in a big final. Now, are we approaching that stage that the 2017 ICC Champions Trophy is going to be on repeat? Maybe not. Because the Indian batting, if you look at it, has stepped up on certain occasions. Yash Dul has stepped up, Abhishek Sharma has stepped up in that way. So that is why their batting will really have to come to the party. This is a big moment for Sai Sudarshan. Remember, Sai Sudarshan in that IPL final against Chennai Super Kings, he played a brilliant knock. And looking at the kind of innovation that the Pakistani batters had shown, perhaps this is the kind of IPL knock that you may have to play yet again. But remember, 50 overs, maintaining that tempo, big pressure final versus Pakistan, it is not going to be easy for the Indian batters. So, if you have to look at it, 4 key moments. Starting of the Asia Cup, India had won the toss and they opted to field. But Hungergaker snowball, that will once again cost them. And remember, whenever they have bowled no balls at a crucial time, be it the 2016 World T20, be it the 2017 Champions Trophy, opponents have made them pay. Just ask West Indies, just ask Pakistan. So, in that sense, Hungergaker snowball ensured Pakistan just had a lifeline and they capitalized on it big time. Then, Saim Ayub and Saibzada Farhan, batters who had international exposure, they have now stepped up and put a good opening stand. Even Tahir for that matter. Tahir took 108 and was simply fantastic. Remember, in this ACC Emerging Asia Cup, there is one factor which we have all overlooked. Apart from India, every other nation has had at least 1 or 2 players who have played international cricket. Here, you have at least got 5 to 6 players. Pakistan have 5-6 players who have played international cricket. It is only India who have not fielded a side that has played international cricket. You look at it, all are IPL stars, all are domestic stalwarts, but no one has played international cricket at this point in time. So, it is going to be a big task for them. And Pakistan, 5 players are in the international circuit. Sri Lanka had 3. Bangladesh also had Soumya Sarkar. And Afghanistan also had Noor Ali Zadran as well. So, if you have to look at it, India have sent the only emerging team in this entire competition. The rest of, you can't call Mohammad Wasim Jr. emerging. You can't call Noor Ali Zadran at the age of 30 plus emerging. Somewhere down the line, this tournament has got to tighten its rules when it comes for international representation. Of course, it is not prohibited that international players cannot play in the Emerging Asia Cup. But then don't call it the Emerging Asia Cup in that sense, because yes, you may argue that the Indian media might be crying hoarse over the fact, oh, why international stars? India didn't field a single one. Why did the other teams do? But remember, this squad and this team was approved by the ACC and by all the stakeholders that were there. So now, 3 international stars of Pakistan have put the Indian bowling to the sword, and that is why now you are going to see plenty of problems. India will have to bat really out of their skins to ensure that they win the Emerging Asia Cup. Can they do it? Yes, they can. This is not like the typical Premadasa wicket. Yes, it will be a high scoring one. Maybe India can get to 300, 320, but Pakistan's bowlers might step up in the most crucial occasion. And remember, in the previous encounter between them, there was no scoreboard pressure. And that is why the likes of Sudarshan and all could take their time and ensure that they got off to a good start. But here they'll have to go bang from the word go. And the likes of Shahnawaz Dahani and Mohammad Wasim Jr. will ensure that they are not going to make it easy by any stretch of the imagination. So, India A versus Pakistan A. You've seen Pakistan A dominate this half in a big way. 352. In the final, it has never been chased. And remember, chasing in a final, it's going to be high pressure. But if India pull it off, boy, oh boy, it is simply fantastic indeed. So, I'll take a couple of comments that our family members have said. And Deepak Yadav is saying, 29 years old, 362 days old, Tahir is also emerging player. Don't you think strict rules need as it meant for upcoming young players? I mean, Deepak Yadav, you're just echoing what I had just said a couple of minutes back. I mean, if it is an emerging tournament, you would want players who are young, upcoming. Maybe you would have had a cap at 25 years of age. Maybe. But remember, India, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Nepal, Oman all sent their squads and it was approved. So it is no point crying over spilt milk at this point in time. Remember, India chose not to field many international stars. They couldn't have, probably because of the schedule that the senior men's team, they needed a lot of backup in that, and that's why none of the other IPL stars could feature in this. But yeah, emerging Asia Cup, you want to field 29, 35 years of age. Where is that emerging in that sense? That two stars, I can understand if they started cricket late and playing, but stars who have already gotten international exposure, how can that be emerging? That is the major problem that we are seeing. So at this point, this is the problem that Pakistan have got, a problem of plenty, but it's a problem India don't have at this point. Now, what is the other? Pakistan favorite to win this? KD Rajput is saying 315 final, it's huge. Now, see, India's batting is strong. That is the reason why India has been consistent in the emerging Asia Cup. They have consistently performed, their batting has lived up to the mark, and that is why they are undefeated. So far, they are the only undefeated team in this competition. Pakistan lost one game, but that was to India. So that is why maybe, unfortunately, yet again in a major final, it bites India hard, the lack of mental strength, and maybe these few critical moments, it can't be pardoned. I am sorry. A no ball in a major ICC final or a major ACC final even can't be pardoned, because these are the basic rules. As a bowler, you got one thing to do: ensure that you take wickets, but more importantly, do not overstep. No balls are a strict no-no in the world of today, and that is why now you're seeing that this one no ball ensured Pakistan got a major boost in it. Now, Dahani is not in 11 here because he's also getting beaten, sportsman, yeah, but again, sure, but then you've got Mohammad Wasim Jr. That is a big plus that they have got, and that's why Mohammad Wasim, with his action, he could trouble the Indian batters a whole lot more. So, why play these tournaments when you have guys above 30? M. Jax is like asking. Yeah, I mean, as I had mentioned, what is the ideal situation if you want to make it a truly emerging one? Keep all the players in the age group of 21 to 25. Have a cap at 25 years of age. But playing people with 29, 30 or 35 who have had some international experience, maybe the caveat can be one of the things that you can add as a disclaimer. These players should not have had international exposure. That would have kind of evened the playing field. But again, remember, the guys like Saim Ayub, Saibzada Farhan and Tahir, they have not had that much of international exposure. Hardly, the maximum you may say less than 10. Yet they managed to step up on a big occasion. And remember, Pakistan in a final of any major event, they are actually quite hard to beat. Although 2021 they had lost the Asia Cup final in that sense. So Pramod Rizal saying in India, no, they do these. No, Pramod Rizal, I don't agree with that particular point, because I'll tell you why. Okay, I had given a disclaimer earlier which you conveniently ignored. I said that 29, 35 years of age, emerging. That's a slight, of course, if Pakistan win, kudos to them. Absolutely brilliant performance. They deserved it on the back of a fantastic bowling performance. But yet again, shouldn't you have a cap for an emerging, the definition of an emerging, at 25? Maybe that would have been the situation at this point. So, yes, there will be a lot of debate about emerging and all this. Why play in this tournament when you are picking players over the age of 30 and all? Well, that's another thing altogether. So, what is the situation that they have? Any other further questions that we have? Deepak Yadav is saying Tahir might not play for Pakistan in the near future. But again, I don't know whether Tahir will make it, because see, Pakistan's batting seems to be solid. Maybe he can make a mark after 2023. Who knows? That is the problem that we have at this point. So, for Pakistan, those are future players, so it's fair. Jayaprakash, nah. I mean, come on. Future players who are already 30, 32. Well, you don't know with Pakistan. Sometimes most of the players peak at a later age. That's why it's a big problem. Which I told you not to include emerging international players. They are all below 25 except Tahir, Grim Reaper. But again, if you have to look at it, why even have that one player who's close to 30? Can't there be a cap at 25 for all? That's just a simple assumption that we have made at this point. Sportsman saying, how did you find Yashdul captaincy today? I think he was let down. He was let down by his bowling. especially Rajvardhan Hangargekar, that no ball, and after that they seemed pretty deflated. And because Pakistan were attacking, Yash Dul had to operate a very defensive field, and he was also not helped by the fielding. There were a lot of misfields. Some catches they couldn't reach to it, it fell into the gap. It just wasn't Yash Dul's day as a captain. So remember, his bowling let him down in a big way, and that is why he had to set defensive fields. But because of the defensive fields, Pakistan could make easy going, and the bowlers missed their lengths also. 13 sixes. I mean, I'm sorry. It reflects on the fact that the bowling was really poor at this point in time. So that is the reason I'm saying that perhaps India will again look back upon, oh, if only we could have. 2017, we have seen it how one no ball cost India entire momentum. Here also it's threatening that we may lose that momentum. So that is why it's that way. And if playing under rules, it's fair and square. Yeah, I mean, see, everybody had approved of the teams before the tournament started. So that's why no doubting about the fact. But somewhere I think they should have had a rule 25 only. No 29, no 30, no 35. Well, that is my take on it. I might be wrong. I hope that Pakistan go on and do well. India, if they chase it down, it will be excellent for cricket. But again, if Pakistan win, kudos for putting up such a magnificent performance indeed. So that is why both Pak high scorers, Deepak, are 27 and 29 age. That's what I said. Just 25. Why not? So Anshu Mishra, I'll give an Ashes update later. This is not the stream for that. And what do you think? Can India chase this total down? It seems very difficult because this Colombo wicket, this Premadasa wicket becomes slower and lower as the game progresses. So Pakistan will be hoping to exploit the early help that they'll there, bowl with tight lines and ensure India are under pressure right from the very beginning. India need a good opening partnership. Their middle order somewhat. Yash Dul is kind of an anchor like player. He might be the key in this chase as well. But remember, 350 power hitting needs to be the ultimate goal. Can India do that? Let's wait and watch. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. We'll be back for the end of the India versus Pakistan final in the emerging Asia Cup. Will India win it? Will Pakistan win it? Whatever it is, we are in for a cracking contest here at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. And remember, Pakistan seemed to have heeded the mantra of Babar Azam really well, because as we pointed out in the preview, Babar Azam had come and greeted this emerging team here in Colombo. Remember, they are just a couple of hours away in golf. The second test will begin from Monday. So, Babar Azam had a good pep talk with the emerging team, and it seems to have worked. I mean, Babar Azam, if Pakistan indeed win this, they'll all thank Guru Babar in that sense. So, great feeling for the emerging Pakistan team so far. Half of the match is done, half is remaining. If they win it, they know who to thank. So, thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Ashes, we'll give you update. India, West Indies is about to begin 4th day. Let's hope the rain stays away there as well. And tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, so that we can give you all the updates and you can see it first on Sports Today. Thank you.